All right, peace and blessings, love and light to everyone. Afternoon, and thank you for joining us today to draw attention to an issue that is too often confined to the background. Our public transportation system is not accessible to the entire public. Public transportation must be equitably accessible to the entire public, and we cannot accept delays in services to the disabled community. It's frustrating to see accountability treated as an afterthought or as optional, rather than essential to everything we think about. It's no secret that the vast and overwhelming majority of subway stations lack elevator services, and that we are many years have seen that result. The MTA says it will have 95% of state elevators accessible over the next 30 years. Not only is that far behind where we need to be, we're not on pace to meet that timeline that they need to be. Even here today, one of the more accessible stations, one of the elevators is out of service. Speaking of out of service, today we're releasing our new report, Out of Service, Creating an Equitable Transit System. It's an analysis of the MTA failure to make the system accessible, especially for disabled users. The city's public transportation system, the report finds it's falling far behind other major cities, both on timeline and on technology. It's fully accessible. The city's public transit system report finds falling behind, far behind other major cities, both on time and technology, needing to be fully accessible. But as our report explores in detail, accessibility issues go far beyond just elevators. A station is not fully accessible just because there's elevators in access. For people with sensory disabilities, for people with cognitive disabilities, there are so many ways, more ways for MTA can and must integrate infrastructure and services for accessibility. Accessibility is not a privilege, it needs to be a priority. Meeting the needs of disabled folks isn't a bonus, it's encouraged. The good news is that the MTA actually knows some of the actions that can be taken. Here in this station, the MTA held an accessible station lab. That was in 2019, and it was to test accessibility features, including tactile pathways, designated boarding areas, and app integration. We will see several of these later for those who want to come check it out. But we also see that since the pilot, they have not been kept, and there have been limited implementation of these programs and stations across the city. So we're urging the MTA to widely publicize the results of this pilot and use the information to expand the effort. So often there are situations where progress means dismantling and rebuilding entire systems. But here, in addition to long-term efforts, there are immediate things that MTA can undertake at relatively low cost. The immediate actions are some things we can start doing right now. This includes making accessibility a priority rather than an option or a bonus. Implementing efforts from the pilot system-wide, starting with the most traffic stations. Improving train boarding with doors aligned properly with designated boarding areas. Raising infrastructure to close any large gap between train and platforms. Providing travel training opportunities and expand best practices training for employees. Install wayfinding infrastructure like tactile guideways. Expand partnerships with apps to aid in wayfinding. In the near term, the MTA can also improve accessibility, including expanding access to and reducing costs of PL services. Expand bus service networks for the central page of critical stops such as senior centers. Restore accessible benches and ADA compliant restrooms and stations. Improve air quality and maintain safe temperatures in stations, and also provide N95. I urge them to prioritize these simple, low-cost improvements that will aid New Yorkers much more than spending on aesthetic or cosmetic treatments. Despite some points of progress, which we have to point out, and pilot programs we give credit for, I believe that lack of accessible services continues in part because the needs of the disability community are not sufficiently prioritized in policy making and budget allocation. While the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 protect people with disabilities from discrimination in nearly all facets of life, including transportation, New York City continues to prevent disabled people from accessing the most convenient forms of transport. New York City must commit to joining other cities around the country in its commitment to providing excellent services to providers of all abilities. And what we found many times when we are improving the system for New York with disabilities, it also helps all New Yorkers in various ways. So when we hear from some of the advocates, first one we start with Sasha Blair Goldenson and Jessica Murray from Rise and Resist, another action group who also help aid in their support.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you to the Public Advocate's Office for issuing this report. I'm Sasha Blair Wilkinson from the Elevator Action Group. Elevators are for everyone. Like Marty was just saying, it doesn't just help people with disabilities. Subways are accessible, and transit is accessible. I want to thank you, Marty, for being out as a person living with disability. Because we're not just asking for help, please help us. It's about really as a community. The disabilities affect everyone. We can't sit around like everyone else. That's a problem, not just for us, for the city. Because it's a moral imperative, and economic. Where is most problem? I'm getting so much settled here, unsettled here. Some of the people won't retire here. When the elevators aren't there, we don't work. Thank you, Mike.
I think I'm like the worst.
I'm also the chair of the
Microphone is in.
we've been asking a lot of these things that goes far beyond elevators and ramps. People who are blind have no real way to navigate independently with cars. This station has the only example of tactile navigation in the whole system. Rail signage is inconsistent. They are trying to do things like Netherlands pilot, which is also right here.
It's worth it.
That's
I
already
don't
in
know. We
existence
can't,
right now.
we can switch right now because it's worth
What we need is a 20-year assessment for
We did
accessibility.
a test. Was
These
good.
things take money,
Now I
they
don't
take effort, they take human labor and hours, and we need to quantify that so that we know what money we need to make these things happen. So far, we just hear a lot of, yeah, we want to do that. That's a great idea. I've been hearing that for 4 years. We need action. If we're ever going to get to an accessible subway system that works for everyone, so that they're not relegated to the inefficient, accessorized system, we really have to start today. I mean, I really do believe the MTA is doing the page of accessibility. They're saying the right things. They're finally investing some money in elevators, but we need to take it to the next step and really look at the needs of all users of the subway system. So that's all. Thank you again for this.
It's working okay. Yeah.
Then we have Michael Schweinberg from 504 Democrat.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here.
504 Democrat.
It's the largest Democratic Club in Europe. 40 years old. But I ask you when they're listening to Mark, We're discussing one of the factors that contribute to our community. We may also be porous like transportation. Ask yourself this: what other minority will accept being told you can't enter here from now? You can only enter today. Or accept being exit no. These are the small things about me. Looking at the downstairs. It is not only the workers. Sure that they replace all the words involved in this, knowing what people, because too often, let down, they're all right. And that triggers members disabilities, disabilities. By putting it on that's no way to make certain factors. Where people who need to get calm down and go, you know, not being so need to right lights. We need to see those every single day. I see my time is up, but those are the top recommendations.
Next three will have Benson Palmer from Writers Alliance, Jeff Peters from Center for Independence of Disabled of New York, and we'll round out with the Living Island Transportation.
Hi everyone. My name is Betsy Palmer. I am the Executive Director of Writers Alliance, our New York's grassroots organization of subway and bus riders, fighting for a reliable transit system, an affordable transit system, and critically an accessible transit system. I want to thank our partners, our colleagues who did so much to support this ability, especially a public advocate for delivering it and being a tireless advocate for these issues and for our community. We know that right now our transit system is hostile to an increasing majority of New Yorkers. Even if you take just those who cannot or cannot easily use stairs of the system, and thus the city is closed off.